I'm Zoe Flowers. Let's get into this weekly reading. The week of March 31st, 2026 to April 7th, 2026. All right. I am using a deck I haven't used in literally years. Somebody in the coven asked if said what are our first decks, what are our go-to decks, etc. And this is the second deck that I bought and used for many years. So I decided to pull her out and see if she still got it, or maybe see if I still got it. Let me put on some child, where is my oil? Where is my now here you go again, your crystal vision. Did I use all my crystal vision? Oh my god. No, here it is. I keep my this oil. Oh my god, it is like this is like yikes. This oil is from Moonlight and Sage in the greater Los Angeles area. And it's good for divination and such. All right. Doesn't feel like this is all the cards. This doesn't feel like a complete deck. Because, I'll be using my decks for rituals and stuff, so, but we will see. Okay. What is the... Oh, okay. What are we defending this week? What are we defending? What are we... Oh, isn't that interesting? Are we in Aries season? We are in Aries season. And this Emperor card is associated with the sign of Aries. And it's Tuesday. It's Mars Day. Girl, you still got it. You still connected to your mama. You still connected to your mama, girl. You still connected to your mama, girl. What are we defending? What are we defending? Queen of Wands. In reverse. Five of Pentacles, feeling left out in the cold. Oh my god, this is Nine of Swords, Wounded Warrior. It's so funny because when I first bought this deck in, my goodness, I want to say, I think it was 2013, 2012, 2013 or so. I had no understanding of the cards, really. Because my first deck, which is back here somewhere, back down memory lane. My first deck was this Aquarian deck, which definitely, I know y'all are like, girl, get to the reading, but I'm sorry, we're taking a detour. So this is my very first deck that I bought, the Aquarian deck, and I never really felt connected to it just because I didn't understand tarot. I just bought it. I was in a little beach town. Something said buy it. It's different. I wanted to tap into that Aquarian energy, and so I bought it. But I really didn't understand the cards, right? I would just pull the cards and read. Like, that's how many of us begin. And then when I got this deck, I had to go straight off of intuition because it just my intuition just grew because it's so different. It is not, it's an Afro-Brazilian deck. It's based on like Afro-Brazilian, African traditional religion, really. And so I knew a little bit of that. I knew a little bit about that, but still not enough. So to be able to like look at these cards now, all these years later, and be like, oh, this is this is that. It's like, okay. It feels good. So apparently, Queen of Wands, right? So this is the witchy queen. Wands are about actions. It's fire signs. So again, we have the Emperor and we have the Queen showing up in Aries season. Feels like we have to be courageous because this is so fire. There's some sort of actions we need to take, particularly around this Five of Pentacles. This, you know, Pentacles are earth signs, and in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, this is where the images are, the characters in the story are walking past what appears to be a church. The pentacles are in the church windows, the stained glass windows, but they're so depressed and literally feeling left out in the cold that they don't even look up to see what's there for them. So different than this. This is like way more hopeful than the actual Five of Pentacles card and the meaning. But she digresses. So it feels like, you know, there is something about these birds that are building this nest that I never noticed before, because the Five of Pentacles is such a card that's devoid of hope. But again, the characters just have to look to what's right next to them to see that they could get the pentacles. Whereas in this version, they're actively doing something, right? They're building the nest. They're building the protection. They're nurturing, right? What they want to grow. And I feel like that's what this Emperor card and this Queen of Wands is really saying to us this week. Now, yeah, it could feel hard because of this Nine of Swords, because of, you know, all the things that have happened. And this, we're not quite at the Ten of Swords where they're completely weighed down, but we're definitely at the Nine of Swords where, you know, this is the card of nightmares, really, being kept up at night because of your thoughts. And so what I'm feeling is what they're saying is defending our resources against our own thoughts. Taking action on that, right? You're the queen. It's like one step away from the king. So it's like being in charge, taking charge. Wow. So this week is about taking charge of our depleted resources, because at the end of the day, that's what I mean. Despite what this is saying, the Five of Pentacles is you're feeling depleted, you're feeling left out in the cold. And so what the cards are saying is we need to defend, we need to be the emperor, we need to be in charge, we need to be the queen, we need to take action to bring ourselves out from the cold, right? Defend ourselves against our own thoughts. Wow. Is this about being our own op? I did a reading back in the day about being our own op. Is that what this is about? No, absolutely not. You see that big fat no right there? But we do have greed, control, hoarding, and materialism. Is this about actually not feeling like, not feeling like we have enough, feeling like we are stuck in this Five of Pentacles energy? Yes. Why does it always go back to the past? Six of Cups, it always goes back to the past. Childhood, things of childhood, nostalgia, blah, blah, blah. It always goes back to that. But whatever that energy is, we're not seeing things clearly, right? So we're being reckless, impatient with this Fool card in reverse, not paying attention to details. Oh. 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 And that not paying attention to details is leading to this disappointment. Ruminating on disappointments, because swords are about ideas. And the goal here, again, is to take action. To not just look at things from a fresh perspective, but to actually do things. Holding on way too tightly with this Four of Pentacles. Holding on way too tightly. Because maybe we got a message early on that, I don't know. What's the message? What's the message? What's that early on message? What's the message? We got teach and share. Instill, instruct, educate. I don't know what that means. Teach and share. I want this candle out. Teach and share. Teach and share. Buddhism was introduced to Tibet in the 7th century, where it developed in relative isolation. Over the centuries, the unique culture, identity, and language of the region became inseparably linked to the Tibetan Buddhism, where great emphasis was placed on the spiritual masters and teachers of Dharma. These teachers, called lamas, complete extensive study over many years to prepare for their role in providing healing, initiations, and ceremonies, and teaching their traditions, beliefs, and wisdom. You are not alone. That is the ancestors speak. You may be questioning why you are here and what your purpose is. So the message that we learned. Again, it's more than there's not enough. It's more like, I'm hearing love has to be earned. Love isn't just given. It's not just something you take, it's given. It has to be given. There's also something here about, it's like love is not enough. Not enough love. Conditional love. Conditional love. That is such an aggressive, tongue touch. I apologize. Conditional love. Yeah. Conditional love. Conditional love. The world teaches us what conditional love looks like every day. And that is how we end up feeling alone and isolated. And so we have to hold on to every crumb, every morsel of happiness that we can get, thereby turning off the spigot, turning off the faucet of ever-loving, ever-flowing love, adoration, acceptance, because we're holding on too tight. And then we lash out. The Fool reversed and the Three of Swords. and then we lash out. But the universe is always reminding us that you are not alone, right? You're not alone. So they're saying there's actually nothing to defend. They're actually circling me back. Because defense leads to this Four of Pentacles, holding on. There's nothing to defend. There's nothing to buck up against. That leads to sleepless nights. The goal is to, be in partnership. Coming out of the back and forth Two of Swords energy. Being in partnership. Being in partnership. Yeah. You see how the cards have a story of their own? Plot twist. There's nothing to defend. There's nothing to defend. Connecting with past loved ones. How did they get through what they got through? Our most enlightened ancestors, obviously. We want to connect to this week. Connecting with water also. Spiritual bath this week. We do have a full moon in Libra. So, could be nice. Connecting with loved ones. Connecting with water. Is this a full moon in Libra reading? Huh. Hello, Empress. Hello, Venus, ruler of Libra. Yes. This is a full moon in Libra reading. Who knew? What else do we have to round out this reading? Not me giving the bum free advertisement. Okay. The world. It's not just something you take, it's given. Round and around and around and around we go. Oh, now, tell me now. Tell me now you know. The world is in reverse. Literally and figuratively. The world is in reverse. In this particular deck, this card means to go your own way. Don't follow the pack. Go your own way. Okay, realm 8, planet Saturn, zodiac Capricorn, herb bay leaf. Let's see what that 8th realm is, because I truly don't remember. Oh, the coincidence realm. The coincidence realm is the realm of synchronicity, curses, and good luck. If this realm is sick in your spirit, you will experience many setbacks. Timing will always be working against you, and things will always seem to break down around you no matter what. Divination and astrological readings are great ways to diagnose the details of what's going on here. Well, that's perfect because that's what we're doing. This is a realm of action. Hello, wands. And your overall story potentials. So it is important to place yourself in the right story that strengthens your spirits. Let your forces help you. Another aggressive flick. Let your forces help you by being in the right spaces. Okay, so connect with your ancestors and do that water, that cleansing, those cleansing baths to clear that energy so that you are in the right spaces. It's also important to untie any cords from relationships to spaces, spells, or people that are no longer reciprocal. We love that. We love that. So that is the realm that this world is showing up in. And so there are limits to what each of us can do and should do. Those limits are the source of freedom. Learn your place if you don't know it, is what I have highlighted. I'm only going to read what I have highlighted. Learn your place if you don't know it. If you've learned your part, then play it well and don't step into someone else's role. Play your part and ensure success. They're talking about making a bay leaf tea, visualizing the plant spirit of bay rising from within your own heart. Meditate and feel the medicine moving through you. Hear what bay has to say, even if it's only one word. I love that. So that's a great thing to do on Wednesday's full moon. So we're cleansing, we're potentially connecting with our most enlightened ancestors as we release ourselves from the energy of not enough love. Isn't that perfect for full moon in Libra, which is about relationships, love, self-love, justice, all of those things? To release ourselves from that and march to the beat of our own drum and not what the world is telling us is important. Okay, they took us around the block, but we got there. We got there. If you were able to stick around and you made it this far, go ahead and put Libra scales in the chat. Like, share, and subscribe. It helps me so much. I'm Zoe Flowers, and I'll see you soon. Bye.